Welcome everybody.
Ciao.
With me there is Gianluigi, our CMO, HUDI CMO and co-founder, and Andrea. Oh wait, let's give a nice shout out to Gian and Andrea,
Go. Vai.
our CTO and co-founder.
The
So today
genius.
we are the technological genius, exactly. UDI, let's say it's the result of different souls. So if you find it cool or strange or whatever, that's why, because we have different souls. Every one of us is, let's say, great in something, and of course, big things comes from more people coming together and working on the same goal, on the same vision, on the same mission. And today it's 1 year that we launched, 1 year and some weeks that we launched officially UDI. As you know, many of you knows UDI. It's a project, it's an idea, a mission that started way before last year. We started, me and Gianluigi, back in at the end of 2017 with the idea of creating, let's say, a solution for a problem that as performance marketer, we had a performance marketing agency, and we were one of the toppest in Europe for Facebook as an independent agency. So we worked a lot with data and with attention, and we work with these data giants as, let's say, insiders, right? Because we were those one that knew how to collect data and how to use those data to perform a better advertising and then having a better conversion on a landing page or a sales page, etc. Right? So after pretty much 10 years or maybe 5 years, 7 years of working for John, maybe 10 for me at the time was 8 because we started way before 2017 doing this, and basically we were sick and we saw a huge problem. And this problem, in 2 words, was basically that the whole internet, the whole backbone, all the monetization models for startups on the internet has two things in common. One, three things. The first one is the most common: users, right? So in the general knowledge, if you want a successful application, you need a lot of adoption, a lot of users, right? But that's not where the magic happens, right? The magic happens behind the curtains, because the other two resources that each unicorn, each, let's say, huge big tech corp we saw emerging in the past has these two things in common. They, of course, have user, but the two things are data and attention. So basically, for years, we worked as, let's say, stakeholder in data giants ecosystem, because we did, performance advertising, and we saw this huge problem. Each one of them made money out of people, data and attention. So in 2017, we started this journey without a technological soul in our party, because we were, good at doing different things. We never be the technological guy. We were techie geeks, of course, but we never had, let's say, the dev skills. And then we met Andrea, and we started this journey all together in 2019 with the HUDI, pretty much all of you know. So it's a long journey, but today, or the symbolic today, is 1 year since the currency came out, the token came out. And it's very important, and then I'm gonna leave the word to Gian or Andrea, but it's very important for us because UDI is not a technology first startup. UDI is not, let's say, a token that is looking for a use case. UDI is just one thing. It's the idea that in the current scenario, our data and our attention is the main engine, the new oil of the digital economy, and no company, no big tech, no platform recognize to its users the real value of these assets, right? And our idea is to create a solution that has this, let's say, ethical vision and mission, and why. The why is another, and I'm gonna tell it at the end of tonight, because something happened that made me believe even more in what we wrote in the original white paper in 2017, the first lines. And Andrea was with me today, so he know what I'm talking about. But basically, the core idea of HUDI is to fix this problem that today users are the cash cows of internet platforms, digital startups, and doing so with with a cryptocurrency, because the final goal is to create the what we have called human data income. So a passive income, but it is not magic behind it. It's pure business, pure technology and business. A passive income that everybody on earth can earn, just thanks to the value of their data and their attention. So what we want to do can also be said as democratizing the data and advertising industry somehow. But so in this vision, in this, let's say, perspective, we are building tools and technologies that makes it possible and real day by day. So I think that's my introduction. And Gian, if you want to take the word, or Andrea, if you want to take the word. Andrea is going to go deep on technology and products. So you guys decide.
Yeah, it is my current role. I'm surely the tech guy that could answer to all your tech-related questions, obviously. But I would like to start saying that 1 year ago, or more or less 1 year ago, we became public. Okay, this is the real difference, because we developed a lot. We have done, guys, dragons. We have developed a lot of things, a lot of other startups, other agencies, products. But the real change happened 1 year ago, when we became public, and not public in a manner of somehow some other guy know us. A lot of people, thousands of people joined us in our mission, and it was the real revolution that we had inside HUDI. Inside HUDI, we have done a lot of things. We tried a lot of ideas. We tried to develop a lot of interesting way to monetize your data, and then give you back some rewards about your data monetization. But the real problem was that we cannot give you real money. This is because we give you some token. Okay, we had already a virtual token, a centralized virtual token, but the difference that we reached in the last year is that you are actually able to use your HUDI token as a virtual asset on common markets. The crypto is now abroad adopted, so it is not a niche or something that you then try to, I don't know, purchase some vouchers, some coupons, or something similar. You are able actually to use the HUDI token to buy your physical things, to actually have the sense that your data became money. Okay, this is the difference that we reached in the last year. Then we focused on reaching this ecosystem by releasing all the five.
Sorry, Andrea, I just want to put a bit of emphasis on the fact that, you know, the first version of HUDI, on what we worked on, let's say since 2018 to mid 2020, was a centralized, let's say, way to do what we had in mind. So empower people to make money for their data. But in the centralized world was fucking hard and pretty impossible, right? Because if you want to be approved on an app store, right now it's a duopoly between Apple and Google. You have to be approved, right? So if you go against their policies or what they think is good or bad, you're not going to be approved. You have to change your idea, your business, your innovation, because it's not compliant to what they think is good, right? So this is one of the first problems. The other problem is that when you want to pay somebody in the, let's say, atomic world, and the Web 2 showed and demonstrated with the time that it was just, a cheap reflection of the atomic world. I mean, the Web3, the whole idea of cryptocurrency, real digital ownership, makes us understand what, can be a real digital economy, and not just, a projection of what happens in the atomic world, right? So basically, in that world, allowing people to earn cents for their data, as you can currently do on HUDI with service, okay, was impossible, was expensive, and we needed to find a way to be compliant in each jurisdiction. And maybe was, we have to pay you as a freelancer or as an artist, whatever, bullshit that countries needed to create order through history. But with the current technology, it's just, friction. So basically, having a token out for us, because we didn't first launch the token and then thought how we could, build around the success of the token launch, right? We had this idea. We tried in the centralized world. It was hard. It didn't have the traction we were looking for. It was full of friction. Then the market, the time was right, and we moved back to the idea of doing human data income with a cryptocurrency. So that's why it's a huge step, and that's why, sorry, Andrea, if I interrupted you, but that's why I want to put some emphasis on how, for us, was important and a game changer to do our project on Web3 and on cryptos, and how, this innovation, after all the bull runs, after the crazy numbers you read on headlines, but the innovation is there and is here to stay. Sorry.
Absolutely. I agree with you by saying that we already done something near to crypto world, but launching in the crypto world is it was an enabler for us to have freedom in spreading our token and rewarding user actually by data monetization. This is our first idea that was actually done using crypto. It was just an enabler. For us, we are not mainly a Web3 startup. We are a Web3, absolutely Web3 startup, but we are not mainly focused on Web3. We merge the Web2 world, the Web3 world, and maybe the future of the Web2 world. We will then furthermore explore obviously more technologies and during this live maybe we can introduce something like peer-to-peer that could be the next technology enabler for us to reach our mission. So the Web3 is not our main focus. It is a way to reach what we would like to do. John, I don't know if you want to join us in this discussion by
join the convo.
I was sharing also the live chat to all the people that are going to see this video not live, because we are also recording. And absolutely, I really want to go to to the bones, to the deep of this, because we talked a lot about the introduction, but now on the meat. So it was like a long year. I would like to recap also what we said yesterday during our live, because a lot of people were not able to attend and we did not record. So it was a really long year. I stopped created content for myself because I didn't have time, as I invested all my time in HUDI. In crypto, we participate. I mean, from zero to knowing all the top crypto players, let's say, because last year when we joined the crypto space with HUDI, we were into crypto, each of us, for years, but we didn't have connections in crypto, in the crypto space. So we had to build everything from scratch. We had the leverage because, of course, I have some audience and some good connections, but it was work from scratch, and I'm pretty happy about our results in terms of our network right now. We met and I can say made friendship. I don't know if I can say that, but with the top players of this ecosystem, from Tether to Binance, all the co-founders, Polygon, and we participated to all the top European and also Canadian events. We launched also a podcast that, of course, is not from HUDI, but it's the same family. We did, it's just in Italian, but we did last week we did this podcast in Italian to do what we are doing right now in English. That was the HUDI Happy Birthday 1 year of HUDI. So we have a huge community, and I think we just we are just arriving to good products, by the way, because it takes time. It just takes time. Rome was not built in a day. Francesco said that we started several years ago with this HUDI project in mind, and so yes, we did a lot of mistakes. We lost a lot of money, our money, our own money. Okay, and we were able to do that. When I speak to people about the money we invested in HUDI, our own money invested in HUDI, like last time I was speaking with Paolo Arduino, the CTO of Tether Bitfinex, and I told him, yeah, we already invested 1 million euro in HUDI of our own money. He said, you are rich. And they say, we did something in life with business. So we are not rich, like we are not, Tether. We are just a small, we did small companies. We never reached, tens, deca millions, 100 millions in, like Tether or Binance, whatsoever, billions and so on. But we did pretty great job in different industries, in a lot of industries, and we saw the problem. I mean, we lived the problem, the economy bug. And I want to explore a little bit of this point, just a little bit, because Franky introduced that when he said we used to run a performance marketing agency. The name is Hot Lead, if you want to look for reference online. And we were facing this big issue. What is the issue? That performance marketing means we make money when we help other businesses making money. That's really easy. It's like, if I reach this goal, I'm gonna get this compensation. Okay? This is performance marketing. So every time we run a campaign, against Google, against Facebook. We use their platforms to drive traffic, but our goal is to make profit out of this traffic. So we invest, let's say, 100 euro. It could be 100,000, it could be 1 million, whatever. 100 euro, 1 euro. We need to make 1 plus something. Okay, that's it. But the brand, the same. So the brand we are partnering with is has the same issue. There is only one player that has never is gonna have this kind of issue. And who is that? Who is this guy? Who are those guys? Those are data giants, the big tech. Because when I pay 100 euro, 100,000, 1 million to Facebook, they did 100% profit, almost 100% profit, like 98% profit, 97% profit. How is that
if you
possible?
look at percentages of margins of Facebook, Google, I mean, they have expensive because they race the innovation race, right? So they need engineers, they need to test a bunch of products to stay on top of the wave. But the cost for the product they're selling and making money with, it's zero. And if you look even at the margins they have with all the costs they have for innovation, etc., they have crazy high margins. Every one of you who had at least worked in a business or talked with a business owner, understanding that, imagine to have a business the size of Facebook with 83% margins, gross margin, it's crazy. Nobody in the world, no matter what you do in the economy, you can have those gross margins, right? And it means there is a bug, there is an exploit there. That's the only explanation. And we found what's the bug, what the exploit was.
Yeah,
Sorry,
in
John,
fact, I think that the advertising business model, the advertising is well established as the main revenue stream for many businesses. So
for the
there are a
internet.
lot of
The internet, the
It is the
basic
internet.
revenue model is advertising. But guys, what is advertising? Because we are used to see ads. We see every single day more or less 6,000 advertisement. 6,000, it's a lot. So when we buy advertising as a marketer, or we see advertising, when we talk about advertising, what are we talking about? I teach this in university, so I used to ask this to my students, and the question is, what is advertising? When Facebook is selling advertising, what the fuck is Facebook selling? What are they selling? They are basically selling our attention. They are selling our attention enriched with our data. So they use our data and our attention. Those are the raw material they are selling. So how much they pay for that? Zero. They pay zero for our attention and for our data, and they're selling, and they're making 99% of profit.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Yay. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the point.
Amazing. So I'm gonna quickly take the word because I think it's time to show what we achieved, technology and product speaking in this year. And so I'm gonna do a brief introduction. Basically, as I was saying before, our goal is to fix this problem, right? So we saw this problem, we wanna fix it. So what we are doing right now and what we did in the past is testing the how. There are three levels: the why, the how, the what, right? We know the why. Now, how to allow people to make money out of their data and their attention is the how you do that, right? So we tested several things, and at the end of the day, even during the early test we had during the community launch last summer and during the autumn last year, we basically we grew a lot understanding how to, let's say, allow users to make money out of their data. But even if we upgraded, let's say, in that roadmap, we had a critical issue, technology speaking. Basically, our data, let's say, the data side of the technology of the project was centralized, right? And I mean, 99%, pretty much 100% of the internet is centralized or partially centralized. Andrea will correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that there is any internet service fully decentralized apart from uTorrent or Pirate Bay, okay? So basically, we took the classical approach to have time, to have leverage, to test different solutions. That's why currently you see the data bank in HUDI application that is centralized. But right now we are less than 1 million users, so it's not a big deal. I mean, it's expensive to maintain the infrastructure for servers for 1 million users. We are not even reached that. But the problem is the more you grow, and the more you grow with HUDI, that its goal is to open the data market, allow people to own their data and monetize those data. The more we grow, the bigger the security risk we're gonna incur. Because imagine if you have 100 million of users and each one of them has on your servers, because that's what we're talking about, all their data about Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, LinkedIn, or maybe we even grew more and we introduced, let's say, health data, right? So the bigger we grew, the more we grew, the more the risk is gonna be big, because we're gonna be a sexy, let's say, server to attack to get a lot of data in one, in one attack, right? That's the problem a lot of Web 2 giants are facing right now. So in order to avoid that, we had two roadmap basically. One was to, empower people to control and monetize their data, but the other one was to do it safely and privacy first, right? And the centralized way wasn't able to, provide those features to HUDI. So what we did this year, and then I'm gonna leave, the word to Andrea. On one side, we worked on the, let's say, business model of the whole idea, the whole project. So empower people to monetize more data, their attention easier, quicker, more often, etc. And on the other side, we worked on the core issue of the infrastructure and basically the data infrastructure. And with that, I'm gonna leave the word to Andrea, that is gonna introduce you guys our two brand new products that we developed in the past months in HUDI.
Yeah.
Hello,
Thank you,
friends.
Franky. Thank
Hi.
you, Franky. Hi.
I have a question.
I think someone is.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, we got you. If you have question, please.
Yeah, the best thing is to ask question in chat, so we don't stop the flow, and it's a great experience also for the people that are listening, not in live. So
Yeah.
please go on, don't worry. I leave you the stage.
So, guys, we will leave you some question space maybe at the end of this live, so you will be free to express your and ask us basically anything. So you can leave us talking about our product now, and then we can share together the thoughts.
Yeah.
So, guys, I would like to introduce our new protocol. We basically reinvented what the data storage is. So we actually migrated our centralized storage idea to a decentralized storage. This is a completely new way to store your data, because right now your devices, your physical hardware that you have around yourself is able to store a lot of data. You can count all the gigabyte or terabyte that currently surround yourself. I think there are terabytes, 2, 3, 4, 5 terabytes of hard disks that could store your data. All the network is currently capable to survive to hot load of gigabits of the data per second. So right now we could focus on peer-to-peer technologies. And we reinvented the data storage leveraging on peer-to-peer technologies. You are able to store all your personal data inside what we call the interplanetary data wallet. For the developers that are following us and will see this live, I suggest you to go to our GitHub and see what we are currently releasing as an open source library. We developed the substrate of the interplanetary data wallet as an interface that could allow you to use your previously owned mnemonic phrase or private keys that you currently use for the Web3 to store your data in an encrypted manner, so you are safely storing your data and replicating you inside the ePFS. I don't know if you know what the ePFS is, but you could actually go and search what it is. We leverage on these peer-to-peer technologies to store this data. We actually developed also some connectors that you previously have seen in an alpha mode inside our centralized storage, and they basically are able to process your data that you can take out from centralized services like Facebook, like Instagram, TikTok, and so on. You could take those data that you are able to export by yourself, and then process this data using our connectors that will be released as a one-click solution inside our platform, decentralized platform. And then you can process the data to standardize them, and then they are pushed inside your data wallet. Why you are pushing data inside your data wallet? Because once they reside inside your data wallet, you are able to pull on demand. You can read your data wallet, pull the data that you want or someone else want, and then give to this data to them in a way that it is not disrespectful to the privacy, because you are you are able to accept or decline what it is a data access request. And the data access request is for us a data write request or a data read request. So you will be able to accept or decline this request on demand directly on the website that you are currently surfing on. Because you surely know what it is a cookie banner. The cookie banner is something that prompts you to actually let the website use in a legal way the cookies, the cross-domain tracking solution that actually power what the data storage and data tracking, interaction tracking for the advertising and many more related things. So we use something similar to the cookie banner, but we moved in a more transparent way, because we actually broke what the data silo are actually doing, and we broke the layer between the data silo, so the website, and the user. So you can interact with data in a transparent way. You could accept or decline this data request. Everything is for us open source. You could go on our GitHub. So we are actually focusing a lot on technology, and in the beer market, all the startup are developing things, and so we are currently developing all the things that could be the next wave, maybe for crypto or many more markets, because the technology that we are working on will be released later in this year. So you could by yourself access to a decentralized platform. You could pull your data and websites. So we introduce HUDI as a protocol. So the data providers and the data buyers in our schema are able to integrate our software development kit, our SDK, to interact with your data wallet. But you are the real and only one data owner inside the whole network. This is what we are.
Andrea, sorry if I interrupt you, but I want to give a bit of emphasis on what happened from the point of view of a HUDI user. Okay. Even if the word user is gonna be obsolete, it's a bit obsolete in the crypto ecosystem. It's gonna be totally obsolete in the peer-to-peer world, right? But basically, what happened was, right now the whole internet, Facebook, Instagram, your bank, 23andMe, those guys that has all your DNA data, every application you have on the internet use centralized server to store and process their data. And by the way, those server and like 60% of the web uses AWS servers,
Amazon.
right? So if you like it or not, your data it's in Amazon servers, and you have to trust them that they're not gonna use it. So the big change between Web 2 and Web 3 on, let's say, every matter is be trustless, not because you're not trustworthy, but because being trustless means you can have bigger adoption, easier adoption, quicker adoption, and let's say less surprises and less bad surprises for the people involved in the ecosystem, in the protocol, whatever, right? So our first approach was centralized, means you need to trust us. I mean, we are transparent. You can chat with us. We answer private and public messages. So, we have the trustworthy hat, and that's good. But, that's not what we are looking for, because the big innovation in crypto is also being trustless. Like, you just need to trust the code you're reading on the smart contract. You don't need to trust the founders. You don't need to know their family. You don't need to know if they're faithful or if they're terrible friends. You don't care. You just care about the technology and the contract, right? So this upgrade, having the new HUDI working on this peer-to-peer technology, on this peer-to-peer data exchange protocol, means that we will be able to empower our vision of empowering people, accessing their data, real owning their data, monetize their data without having to be trusted. That's the big change I wanted to emphasize, right? Because peer-to-peer means those data are on your device. When you receive a request to read your data from another device or a website, it's just, you and that node that communicate, and, all the trust, it's in your hand. You don't need to trust the protocol. You need to trust, the other party that you're engaging with your data, right? So let's say you go on a website, that website wants to know your advertising interests because they can make more money with their ads if those ads are targeted, right? So it's gonna pay you for your advertising interests, but HUDI will not know your advertising interests, because those interests are gonna be on your data wallet, interplanetary data wallet, that is on your device, and in the exactly same way your crypto is gonna be your key, your data, because the data wallet uses the same private and public key, let's say, technology and approach for your data. So basically, what the data wallet is, it's like a crypto wallet, same technology, but instead of storing financial assets, you store your data. But the difference is that the data are not gonna be on a blockchain, as the tokens you store on your crypto wallet, but are gonna be on your device. And those data cannot be modified or faked, because and I don't want to go on in details, but basically each data provider, so each entity that wrote the data in your data wallet, signed those data, right? So you don't have to trust the protocol, you don't have to trust the person because he's not allowed to modify his data, but you can pick the source of that data, and that's gonna be your, let's say, trust level for the whole thing, right?
I think we can also share the screen while we are.
Yes, it's time to share the screen. Andrea, please take the lead, showing the protocol.
I was sharing the screen while you were talking a bit, but just to
yeah,
show the
I've
docs.
seen that you shared the documentation, and we can give the documentation link, I think, here on Discord. But in meantime, I can also share what the decentralized platform that we are actually working on will be able to let you do basically what we talked about in the last half an hour. So on this page, you will be able to connect this platform that you surely actually use and this connection will be done by our open source libraries. And those data, after you import those data, then you will be those data will be imported inside your data wallet. What is importing inside your data wallet? Let's test our protocol. This is our SDK, and this is our pop-up. In this pop-up,
so basically, now the SDK is asking us wants to read from our data wallet.
Yeah.
Because we clicked on this personal data, let's say, area. So before allowing us to add data, because he has no idea if we already filled this data or not, because it's not connected to a database, okay? He wants to read our decentralized data wallet that is stored in our browser to understand if there are data on it.
Yes, and so we basically have seen the read wallet. So once a website want to read from your data wallet, it needs to be accepted by yourself. So it was a read action. This is instead the write action. I try to save my name and last name inside my data wallet. This is actually what is writing to the data wallet. You are actually writing some data that are not shared. They are written inside your data wallet, and once a website will try to pull those data from your data wallet, will ask to yourself in a data read request to pull those data out of your data wallet. As you can see here, I already have connected my Web3, the wallet, classical wallet. So you can basically use Wallet Connect, Trust Wallet, what you want. And after you have connected, you are able to identify your data storage. The sync inside in your network, in your...
Andre, can you show it to us?
I think I can show you if I connect. Okay. If I try to connect, then I can connect using MetaMask or Wallet Connect. Okay.
So basically, you create a data wallet starting from your crypto wallet.
Exactly. It is something that it is a bit exciting because we are filling the gap between the Web3 world, because you currently use a mnemonic phrase, private key, you are able to use something like this, and we fill the gap to a data storage. Okay, so you use this key to sign and verify a message in a peer-to-peer network. It is something that
I mean, if you can trust the technology with your money, you can surely trust with your data that are currently, collected and stolen everywhere. But it's basically the safest way of storing digital assets.
Exactly. I just connected my wallet using Trust Wallet. I think my phone was in the camera, so I've connected using the Wallet Connect, and now I can accept my data write request. Once I save my data inside my wallet, I can receive them as all the websites that will integrate our SDK could load our data. So these data are now inside my data wallet, and I can accept this transaction. It's something similar to the MetaMask transaction. You surely find it familiar to doing transaction. So you are actually giving to some domain, to some website, access to write or read some portions to some segment of your data wallet. Right now, I'm showing what is a reading request, so I can retrieve my data. And if I go to another website, okay, the magical solution that we invented is that once you go inside another domain, inside another website, and then it asks to you to pull some data, your Instagram data, because the website need your data. It asks to you. You are the middleman, the trust man in the transaction, in the data transaction. No one till now let you orchestrate all the data transaction.
No
right now,
data
using
broker
this,
needed.
yeah, there is no data broker. You are the data broker. You are the real owner. Your data owner is the middleman between the data provider, so the one that writes inside your data wallet, and the data buyer. The data buyer. The data buyer is someone that want to pull your pull data from your data wallet and to could accept or decline. Okay, it is basically something that it is actually done, but it is something underground, and all the browsers are trying to blocking the cross-domain blocking cookie. The cookie word is actually going to the death. No, guys, you should be able to accept or decline by yourself. You are the middleman. The data is yours. You should be the data owner, the ones that decide maybe on a monetization layer. So once a data buyer want to buy data from you, they could give you some token. Okay, it is what a transaction effectively happens. Okay, so you have a pop-up, the pop-up asks for data, you already have this data because you are inserted inside your data wallet, or another website inserted inside your data wallet, and then it will be imported inside your data wallet and make readable to some data buyer. It is what the magical SDK that we already developed and we already documented inside the link that it is shared inside the Discord. You can see, you can go in our GitHub repository to see how the technology works. And you can integrate this SDK.
Andrea, I have a hot question.
We don't see you, Fran.
Do the demo works? Can we show some demo?
Do the demo works? What do you mean?
Can we show some demo of the protocol?
For the demo?
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah, I think we can show what it is achievable using our demo. You can go and import your data, absolutely, as we already have seen inside our previous solution. It is something totally decoupled to the other domain, and you can import your data, read your data, decline your data, accept. You can do what basically.
I mean, the data we added on the other page is gonna be inside the same data wallet that you can use for this page. And if some demos work like as we designed them to work, I'd love to show them.
I think that we can actually, in the actual phase that we are facing, we can show what it is possible, okay, by commenting this page. You are actually seeing that using up your data wallet, you are able to store private content. In fact, you can go import data. These data are private, and once another data wallet or maybe another website want to access to your data, it prompts to you the access. Okay, and then those data were transferred to the real data wallet that previously asked to you for pulling this data out of your data wallet. So this is something that we are currently working on, and maybe it could be an enabler for what is the decentralized social network. So a decentralized social network is something that you follow me, so you can see my feed. You can see my feed. The feed could be assembled like a data wallet. So my feed is a portion of my data wallet. I share those data. I don't want to share those data. I accept to share this data only to a few selected people once they ask me. So once they ask to follow me, I accept this request, and then I could share the access to the segment of my data wallet. It is something that we are working on. I don't know if we can actually see something really working, but it is a protocol that we are currently working on, and maybe during this year it will be public for everyone. So you could be an interoperable social network, an interoperable chat. So you can, the magic of the peer-to-peer is that it is not something that relies on a centralized server. It is something that relies on your device. So it is the middleman between all the operations. So you can use the chat, the social network, or anything you want across all your domains. So a website could read from this data wallet, could write inside this chat. So
Andrea, I love your suggestion that we should show the use cases if even if the demo is not finished yet. And guys, sorry for that, but the demo was not meant for today. It's just I love to share what we're doing. It's meant for the VCs we're talking with. It's meant for future partners and developers on top of the protocol. But basically, the demo, if you can go back to the demo, Andre, we built 3 use cases that are gonna be available for everybody to test in a few weeks. And these use cases are basically aimed to show the potential, the actual power of the protocol. So the first demo, it shows you that if you add your data, let's say on this page or whatever, then if you go on the demographic page, it's a different application, but using HUDI protocol and accessing, let's say, your data wallet in order to show you some data visualization about your data, right? So imagine that in the future, you download your Netflix data, and then the future IMDb will ask you access to your data wallet in order to show you the review of maybe movies you would be interested in watch based on your Netflix experience, right? Or maybe the future Prime Video will be able to use also Netflix and Disney Plus data to provide you a better personalized experience. So the first use case and the first demo in the page, that's the goal, and that's what you're gonna be able to experience in few weeks. The second demo, if I remember correctly, is the one about private content, right? So Andre, if you can go back on the demo page. So the second demo, public content, what does it mean? This is a proof of concept to show investors and developers that you can build the new OnlyFans on top of HUDI protocol. So basically, without the need of any blockchain, without the need of any centralized server, okay? You can build an OnlyFans that works exactly like OnlyFans. So basically, in this demo, in this use case, what you will be able to do is to buy a single piece of content, and after the purchase, the SDK, the website, is gonna write on your data wallet, let's say, a recipe of this purchase, and then you can go on this decentralized OnlyFans, show in a peer-to-peer way that you have the recipe to see the content, and this decentralized website is gonna show you the content, right? And so basically this second demo is about this use case. And I mean, I'm fucking excited about this. It's crazy. It's dangerous, but it's crazy.
It's wonderful.
And then the third demo is gonna be about personalized experience, right? So the first one is about data visualization. You can bring your data with you, and then companies, startups will be able to just build the data visualization layer, but they will not need the data to show you the data. Because, apro e chiudo parentesi, the current model, the Web2 model, if you wanna, let's say, oh my God, I love DNA, I wanna show people everything about their DNA, right? Cool. But the problem is you need to build a project, a startup that also is able to get customers not only to purchase your data visualization solution, but also to access or mine their DNA data, right? Because if they already did some DNA genetic test, it's gonna be only partially accessible on somebody else's server that you have to ask for, right? In the future, you do a DNA test, you don't go to 23andMe, 23and bullshit. You just go directly to a DNA sequencing laboratory, okay? They provide you your full DNA peer-to-peer in your data wallet, and then, you know, my ancestry and me is gonna ask you access to your data wallet, and then peer-to-peer, without anybody in that company to have access to your DNA, is gonna be able to provide you a solution. That's the future we see. And basically, the first example is exactly that. You collected your data somewhere, and then you're able to get a data visualization or a data enrichment somewhere else without the need, you know, to share directly the data with the company. The second use case is about, you know, actually digital ownership, or at least digital recipe. I mean, in a decentralized way, I can prove I bought that piece of content or the access to that piece of content without the blockchain need, means with less fee, less cost, etc. And the third demo, it's all about, you know, how in the future you will be able to go in different websites, in different applications, and without the need that that specific application has gathered those data on you, it will be simply able to ask you the access to those data and then provide you a better experience thanks to the access to those data. So let's say Netflix and Prime Video, right? So in the future, Netflix is gonna write all the data in your data wallet, and then Prime Video, to provide you a better experience, will be able to access your Netflix data, and then the output on the feed is gonna be even more customized, right? Because at the moment, the personalization you have on Netflix is based on the data Netflix has on you on their servers. And the customization you have on Prime is based on the data that Amazon Prime has on you on their servers. But those servers doesn't communicate in any way, even if, you know, they're talking about you, basically. So it's like two people are talking about you, but they're not talking with you and ask you for information, right? And it's frustrating. So basically, sorry to interrupt with this, but, you know, that's what the protocol is able to bring. So thanks to Andrea's, let's say, mind, experience, and talent, because guys, it's never a one-man show. It's never a one-man show. Every company, I see a lot of the team, the developers, and not only that works with us are here tonight, but, you know, it's always a teamwork, and, you know, each one of us can be, let's say, precious if he brings something new to the table and adds value, and that value, let's say, compound with other values from other people of the team, right? So basically, this protocol is 100% Andrea's talent. I don't want to take any credit on it because it's so crazy and so deep that, you know, I don't have the skills to do that. And that's the truth. As, you know, Gianluigi has, you know, his unique skills to connect with people, to talk with people, to share, you know, the vision with people. And if we know CZ, if we know Paolo Arduino, if we did a lot of things, is thanks to his skills, right? So each one of us has his unique skills and is bringing his unique value to the table. I just want to say that, you know, the protocol is a horizontal potential, because meaning that from now on, other startups can bring value and help the manifestation of the human data income, and of an internet that empowers people with data ownership, data sovereignty, and data monetization. So it's a huge step forward for us because, it means that as 90% of crypto projects rely on the community, on the developers, on whatever, on the partners, on the stakeholders, from now on, we can also do that. But because we love business and we love, doing things as fast as we can, we are also working vertically, okay? Vertically means that our goal is to create the universal basic income. To do that, the protocol creates the foundation, the layer. So we are one project on the protocol aiming to the human data income. The protocol allow everybody to join the race, to create their pirate ship and join the search for the One Piece. So, but we have our own ship, and our own ship, it's based on the protocol values that are values of HUDI and the whole project and the whole team. We are also trying to accelerate things with our application built on top of the protocol. And the first application is one of the I don't know, I just find it crunchy and satisfying, but I'll let Gigi introduce it.
Yeah, let me do brief, consideration about what you just said, because we just dropped bombs like new technology as it is, I don't know, a post on Instagram or whatever. But we are just revolutionizing. I don't know how to say, but we are trying to make a complete new way to exchange data on the web. Exactly, new internet business model. It's a completely new way because, as Andrea just pointed out, every time a business take our data is just in their servers, and that's it. This is called the silo problem, because there are just this image is perfect. Silo problem is called because everybody has his own server that is always Amazon, but they don't communicate with each other. So there is no place such a data wallet. It does not exist now. Yes, thanks to HUDI, but it did not exist. I want to stress on this point because we are creating new things. We are inventing new technology to solve problems, real problems that are not yet solved, that most of the people do not see. Okay, we are not, oracles that we see things other people don't see. We just work in some specific, industry like performance marketing, tech, and so on, and we see those problems. Okay, this was really, really, really important because now we can do something we cannot do before. So what Bitcoin did for money, HUDI is doing for data. It is the first time we can collect all our data in a data wallet. That's it. The data wallet is not anymore in any central server as it was with HUDI at the beginning, just to go fast, because it's faster to be centralized. Is how the world works. But now it's not like that anymore. But there is one problem: that a protocol is a horizontal solution, as Franky said. It means you can use it in a lot of different ways that we cannot even imagine now. So now we imagine some solutions for this protocol, such as a peer-to-peer social network that if Elon Musk would, do free speech for real, he should consider a peer-to-peer social network, not to charge $8 for each, blue check mark. We are doing something different here. So this decentralized social network, we can recreate a decentralized social network that can also allow people to pay for single content or for stream content, whatever. So we can do from Twitter to TikTok to Instagram to OnlyFans. So that's amazing. But as I was saying, a protocol is a basic layer on the web. It's a basic layer. It's hard to create adoption if you don't have specific application of the protocol. So, two things. We will push, because the protocol is not yet released, so we are showing a preview. We didn't do the launch, we didn't do anything. We just want to celebrate 1 year of HUDI and showing you what we are working on, okay? Yeah, now let's talk about this little piece of technology that is not yet launched, already has more than 2,000 users. You can see there, 2,000 users. HUDI DATAMASK. That you remind me about, MetaMask. But it's another thing, because DATAMASK is doing what MetaMask did for crypto, but for our data. So what is DataMask? DataMask is the first application built on top of HUDI. So we already have a business technology built on top of the protocol. That is DataMask. And DataMask is crazy because, as we said, the first and fastest way to monetize data, the fastest way, the way every industry monetizes their data like that in the web right now is advertising, ADV. So it means that, first of all, we are gonna go into the ADV space with our data when we have enough data. So connecting HUDI protocol, replacing basically replacing cookies, because cookies are gonna disappear soon. They're already not working in different browsers. Google is 3 years. They want to deactivate the cookies, but they need to find a way to solve the issue. So they're working on technology, and we will integrate HUDI protocol with that. But most of them, more important is that we are going to work with attention too. So we created this Chrome extension. The first time we really considered to build a Chrome extension was not this summer, the summer before, when I met Elon Musk's best friend, Jason Calacanis, that is probably the most famous investor in Silicon Valley, a startup investor in Silicon Valley. I did an ambush to him. I was in Sardinia, and then I saw his story. It looks like he was in looks like he was in Forte dei Marmi. That is a summer place where you go, in Italy, in Tuscany. And as Elon Musk, a couple of days before, were visiting Uffizi in Firenze. So I saw this story. It looked like Italy, so I guessed that Elon Musk went to Italy also with Jason Calacanis, and they were in Tuscany, so they were in Forte dei Marmi. Okay, so I was with Sebastian Gazzarini, that is an Italian TV host, and is like a killer in finding people. So I showed him the picture, and immediately in 10 minutes he said, okay, he's in this place in Forte dei Marmi. He understood the place. So we took our luggage, we took a plane the day after. We went there, we met Jason, blah blah blah, and he said, oh, wonderful, this could work, it's interesting, blah blah blah, blah. And he said, yeah, but you need some numbers. And I said, it was like July or August, I don't remember, last year. And I said, we already have 30,000 members, users. I said, wow, 30,000 users, because at the beginning he said, it would be great if the first year you can have 10,000 users. He said, if you have the first year 10,000 users, I say, Jason, we already have 30,000 users. So now we have more than 240,000 users, 240,000 users in HUDI app, and we are doing the moving to the DApp, to the decentralized protocol and app. So and Jason told me this idea and said, you should do like a Chrome extension, like Honey, that, you know, people can use, can navigate with it. And it was really a general idea. And it took 1 year to configure a precise and, you know, a commando solution, a solution that will... What's going on? People talking. Okay, we should put auto mute automatically next time, because people are joining and they didn't realize.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, so I was saying that, you know, we created this product that I'm really in love with. That is called DataMask. It is a easy way to, first of all, manage your data. So, like, is a data wallet, first of all. But it's even more than a data wallet, because it does a different things. I don't know if you're familiar with Brave browser that I actually use. I'm gonna also share the screen, because this is so important. Okay, this is my browser. This is Brave browser, as you can see. And I'm on the Chrome store, because if you don't know, Brave browser is not built from scratch, of course. It's Chromium, so it's built on Chrome. It means it has the Chrome Web Store. And I installed DataMask here too. The interesting thing, I was saying that all the features that Brave gave me, so shield my privacy, don't show me ads, so AD block, privacy shield, cookie tracker blocker, and so on. We have all these features in DataMask, and you know, Brave has 50 million users, monthly active users, 50 million. Okay, 50 million people like me, crazy people that changed the browser. You know, I changed it. It was really hard. I mean, I knew Brave since the very beginning, but it took me 3 years to change my browser, because it's fucking hard to change your browser. You have to manage all the password, everything, basically everything.
And we know it from first hand, because John, if you want to show it live, we in our past, like in 2019, we built a browser, because we at the time we already understood that, you know, the thing is, I want to share a bomb here. I mean, the thing is, the whole battle you see out there between Facebook, Google, Instagram, Meta, etc., it's a battle based on two things, right? Who owns the hardware and who owns, let's say, the software or the website, then your attention, right? So basically, Apple owns the hardware, but is pissed off Facebook also, because it's going to build an advertising network, a Facebook competitor. So Facebook do ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, whatever, with the same advertising engine, okay? And he also does it on other people's websites, and Apple wants to do the same, right? So the whole thing you see as kept not to track, it's actually a booby trap to block his competitors to do proper advertising. In fact, right now, if you see Meta shares dropping like, you know, bombs in Ukraine, it's because they are experiencing huge issue in advertising tracking, because Apple started to introduce the ask app not to track. So a lot of users, because Apple owns the hardware, and you know, it's all layer based. So if you own the hardware, means your device, your computer, your smartphone, that's the player, right? So that's who's in charge of the game. And that's what Apple did with Facebook. Facebook had an application inside the device. So hardware, software, right? What we are doing, it's because the current battle is based on these layers, and it's, you know, a braccio di ferro, I don't know how to say in English, but you know, it's the guy who has more money, more hardware, or it's deeper in the technology stack, has more power, etc., and is trying to block innovation, or innovation that, you know, not empower them, but actually could be a threat, right? as you can see, Apple versus Facebook, okay? Facebook was earlier a website on the web, untouchable, but not with the access to so many data and not with the ability of push notification he could reach if he, deepened in the software layer. So, internet browser, application software, device iPhone, right? iPhone hardware, okay. So basically, what happened is, right now, who owns the basic layer is trying to bring, let's say, to push their agenda, their business, no matter if it's fair or not, on the top layers, right? The only layer you cannot touch is the web. You cannot touch the web. That's why peer-to-peer technologies are gonna be huge. That's why cryptos are huge, because the web layer. So when you go to HUDI app, you go on a URL. Okay, you need a browser, because the browser maybe use an iPhone, then you use Brave browser, and then you go on HUDI app website, right? The thing is, the browsers are approved and are a doorway to the internet. So if you build an application, you are more, you're less, let's say, threatenable. You're less, you are more anti-fragile than to build an application. Because in order to build an application, you need approval from the stores. And casually, like randomly, the only two stores available are the stores owned by the device owner. So if you have an Android, you go to Google. If you have an iPhone, you go to Apple Store, okay? So like, it's a real battle. If you're doing business in technology, you feel it. But so what we are doing right now is trying to avoid this battle that is costly, that is full of friction, that brought us in the past. We already fought it and we lost it. We lost it with the App Store that forced us to split our idea of super app, because when the application 2.0 went out in the mobile phones, our idea was similar to the idea Elon Musk just shared about X, the super app that does everything. And our idea was to build a super app backed by a cryptocurrency that would start with data, but then at the end of the day would become like WeChat, but the opposite, the good WeChat, the white WeChat, not the fastest WeChat, okay? So the thing is, we tried, but we couldn't do it because Apple didn't allow us. Gigi remembers it. We were in Sardinia and I spent the whole August talking with California in order to try to get our apps approved. And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And it was because God thought it wasn't, good, or because the law said it was illegal. It was just because some guy at Apple wrote the fudging compliancy, whatever, for application, and our idea didn't fit that guy's idea of technology. That's it. Okay, it isn't any different from that. So basically, our approach to the matter, both horizontally with peer-to-peer technology and vertically with DataMask at the moment, is to be, let's say, anti-fragile, is to be able to pursue our vision without having to be to politics with compliancy and bullshit like Apple, etc. Okay, we wanna create the vision we imagine, and we wanna be able to do it without having to leak somebody's ass in California. Okay, that's the approach. So the browser extension is not because we are not able to drop some native application or whatever, or right now you can download both HUDI app and HUDI DeFi app on your phone as a PWA, and means progressive web application. And that's the new way of having the anti-fragility and the resilience of a website, but having also the feature of a native application on your phone, of a software, right? So that's why we're going in this direction. It's not because we are lazy, it's not because we don't know the technology, it's not because we're not able to drop native application, it's because we have values, ideas, and then what we are releasing is based on a lot of different thoughts, and it's, let's say, the end result of all these thoughts, right? So the cool thing about DataMask is that it's a gateway. It's a gateway to cooperation with HUDI protocols through the values. And Andre, if you can show some result, some KPIs, some numbers we're achieving it with DataMask are crazy, and I wanna like put some attention on those numbers, economically speaking, right? So basically, we right now, even if on HUDI app we have, and guys, every iteration of a project, it means you lose some blood, you lose some users, right? So we don't aim to bring all the old user of HUDI app into DataMask. We are already have our engine on to bring new users in DataMask, but the thing is right now in DataMask we have pretty much 2,000 users, and those users using DataMask means they are filtering all their attention or all their data that are generated during browser navigation, during browser surfing with HUDI protocols. So this means that are we live? No, I don't see Andre.
I can share the screen. Huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you wanna show the numbers. Yeah.
There it is. This one, no?
Yes, I think it needs to.
You can see the old
The
time
start.
when we started. First day, 3,000 page view. Yeah, I need to update the numbers. Yeah, which it was 18 of October. 18 of October, 3,000 page view. Then we're gonna also give some insight on numbers, because you know what numbers means. I don't know. 30,000 people, 1.3 millions, 1.3 million views. 1.3 million views.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Yeah, and starting, you know, it's just yesterday, a couple of days ago, something happened. You can see last 24 hours. Yeah, we need just some time to update, but
because it's centralized. It's on some servers.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting because, you know, what does it mean? What is the number of views? With the DataMask, okay, now the number is updated. In the last 24 hours, 200,000 views from 2,000 people. Okay, those are crazy numbers. Just because.
Sorry to interrupt. Some numbers are bugged, like average time visit. Of course, is not showing how much time you browsed using DataMask. It's just, you know, we're fixing the trackings, you know. Right. Just, you know, I don't want to be misleading or anything.
Yeah, I just want to tell that how advertising is sold. Advertising is sold like this. It's sold for 1,000 view. So you can basically quote 1,000 view and understand how much money, how much is the value of the last 24 hours, because the CPM.
I think if you Google
CPM. Let me finish.
Something on CPM
Franky,
is gonna show the number.
The explanation. We sell in advertising. We buy or sell advertising in CPM. That means the cost for 1,000 auction, 1,000 views. So 217,000 views means you can multiply these 217 per the CPM. CPM is different by industry. As we are in crypto fintech, is really high, up to 50 euro CPM. Brave, for example, has a standard CPM at 20 euro. Okay, so we can easily do the math here today with Brave CPM. Here we are 217 per 20, that is the CPM that is sold by Brave, direct competitor to Datamask. This means 4K in one day of advertising. We are not yet generating those amount of advertising because it's still yet to launch. We are starting, with partners and so on. But this is the value of the attention we have right now, 4K a day. Okay, just the beginning, only 2,000 people. Just to give you, some
I just want to
ideas.
I just want to add.
We don't see you, Franky.
Yeah, sorry. Just want to add two things. Those numbers indicates that the numbers you told us are the general number of attention. Okay, if you sell general attention, but if you add data to that attention, it means that those number goes up, because a targeted advertising is paid more than a generic advertising. Okay, so the whole empowerment of the protocol to people to have a lot of data about them, but having them in their data wallet, so under their control, fully transparent, safe, etc., means that is going to be a multiplier on the value of the numbers of advertising Gigi was talking about. And the other idea I just wanted to add, and then I'm going to leave you again the word, is that all these numbers, when everything is going to be, let's say, set it up, will mean for HUDI as a crypto and as a crypto ecosystem are going to be buying pressure, okay? Means that 4,000x a day, if when those numbers are going to be, let's say, monetized, as we are telling you, will mean that we will be autonomously generating 4K a day in buying pressure on the token from a real industry, that is the advertising industry, the evergreen, never stop growing advertising industry. Okay, and I just gonna give you one hint that I thought about this morning under the shower, that the whole hype, the whole money you guys are seeing about influencer is just a new step in democratizing advertising. Okay, if you were 30 years ago, you needed to have a television in order to be gloried by the light of selling advertising. With social media, you can create your own content, and the glorious and rich light of advertising can empower you. And that's why you see influencers selling stories for 5K, 10K, 60K. Okay, it's not because some kind of mystery. It's because they're selling advertising. That's it. So the thing is, the beauty, and that's why I'm generally excited about, this update and sorry if we're taking it late, but the thing is, we're mixing different path roads to the same goal, and it's gonna be exponential. That's it. Sorry, John, you can continue.
Yeah, no, I finished. I just want to show the numbers because, I heard, but HUDI is dead or alive? I mean, when I hear stuff like that, we are kind of making history in the data industry, in the advertising industry, and it take times, guys. It take fucking times. And one suggestion for everybody is to imagine crypto project as a startup, as it is. It's a startup, When Jason Calacanis explained me all the startup world is into and blah, blah, blah. He said, I invest in 10 startups, I expect one to be the winning one, and I give myself 10 years for that, startup. Same stuff. We did several times. We launched a lot of businesses in these years. We were able to bootstrap HUDI ourselves with £1 million, and not because we are rich, just because we work in performance marketing. So our goal is to make profit, and with the actual advertising, with KPI numbers and so on. This time, the challenge for us is bigger. It's really bigger. That's why we took 1 year to and several years before to arrive to a product that is a product we can sell. Okay, that is important. It's like now, I don't know if you know, but Apple decided to invest, in marketing to launch a new iPhone only with the money they made with the previous iPhone. Okay, this sort of scaling money. We have the same approach, even more consciousness, because we have less and less money for now. But it's really, for us, it's really important to be, I don't know how to say, but to be market first. So we don't want just to create technology and wait 10 years like this that people are gonna use it. We want to push the adoption of our technology, and the best way we know to push adoption is to build a startup on top of HUDI. That's what we are doing. That is DataMask and several other businesses that are open that we are building, and it will be open for everybody, for startups, developers, crypto bros that want to build on top of HUDI, on top of our protocol. We will have grants, we will give marketing support, and so on. So we have, I think now we have, if not the best, one of the best product in crypto field as a data exchange, data product. Our, the most important player in this industry, it's probably soon partner, because we are talking since months with them. It's Ocean Protocol. They are a protocol. They are one of the most famous and ranked token in the web. So as we are building some tech that it's really on the edge of technology. I don't know what will be the future of HUDI, but we are working in these two directions. That is the same direction. So to push adoption with the protocol, with our partners, and with our own solution on top of HUDI to push the adoption of HUDI. Because every single DataMask user is also a data wallet owner. So in my mind, you don't need to have the manual of instructions on how to do things. When it's easy to do, it's gonna work. So we are working on the zero layer, the technology that is not easy to work. So you need technicians to put the SDK on the website. It's actually easy to interact with it because it's just interacting with a cookie pop-up. But to amplify, to make it even more easy to push adoption, we built DataMask, and we are pushing the advertising. We never ever pushed via paying advertising the token, because we don't believe in token marketing. We believe in products and adoption, and the token will follow. So this is our recap of 1 year with HUDI. I think we said a lot of things, even more than I expected. 1 hour and 36 minutes counting. So I think we can
absolutely.
We could go around more. We could go.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't speak much during this year because we were very busy working. but this kind of events live and moment of sharing in the UDI community are gonna be let's say sooner and with less space between one and another. But in general, what I want to say is that yes, we are working hard. We understand the technology. We understand the real business. Maybe we're not the best at marketing thing, and as we said a lot during this year, we didn't push advertising and marketing and the user acquisition in the past year because we didn't want to bring people just because of the idea, because telling the idea, it's right, it's fair to tell your idea and use it as a leverage to get users, to get attention to your project, etc. But when you reach your funding goal, your, let's say, early stage goals, if you just keep push the idea and get fundings, that's called vaporware. Okay, it's what the all the startups you hear from the news, like Theranos, etc. Right? That's vaporware. You just push the idea that is crazy, that makes people excited, but then you don't deliver the product. So this year of silence, of no marketing somehow has to be done, and that's also our, let's say, approach to the matter. I mean, we achieved our goals. The token was live. Our idea could be achieved in a decentralized, the Web3 crypto way. The economy was a real economy. The token was expansible, was exchangeable. You could buy food with HUDI tokens. You can do it. You can use it for DeFi, for staking, for joining the liquidity pools. Okay, it's real. So that goal was achieved, and the next goal was to create a real product and then bring adoption to the real product. So sorry to get your time to express this, but during the bull run, I heard and I answered thousands of messages of people in Telegram, on HUDI Telegram, that was asking, "Oh, you guys are not spending enough on marketing. You guys are not doing enough marketing," and that was
my fault.
Yeah, but in general, of course, you can always do more. You can always do better.
No, but that's
but
why.
the thing is,
you explain why.
the thing is, we didn't push it. It wasn't our first, approach to the matter. It wasn't our strategy.
Franky,
even if we are marketing guys, yes.
Do you know there is somebody behind you?
Yeah, I know. There are two people. And one is
I've
really
seen that you let's begin the AMA
yes,
section.
Ariane.
So guys, I think that it's time to let your question be answered by us. Also, I would like to suggest to our wonderful team that I can see inside this room, that it is made by Antonio, Alfonso. I can see also Francesco D'Angelo. I've seen Giovanni. I've seen also Alessandro. So guys, the stage is also yours. So if you want to
show up,
say
put your video on, and it's really appreciated.
Be real. We're trying to be real. Sorry, to show what we are doing. Of course, it's not our first try. It's not something we are doing on somebody else's shoulders, because we already invested a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy in HUDI. That's why we're not those trendy, fully transparent project that shares you every detail, because we're doing the real shit. So basically, it's hard to find the line between being a good communicator and share company insights. We met different partners that wanted to give us million if we patented the protocol, but it's not our approach, So the thing is, it's hard to understand what's your values in the deep and how much you're able to embrace these values and and take the risks. And sharing all the info we are sharing, having this approach in the crypto space with real insights, real information is hard, and maybe it's not even the smartest move. But we have some values at the core that brings us to make these decisions. So I'd love if somebody from the team would, just
we
take
didn't
the
tell
mic
them,
or
so
some.
if you don't want, don't worry, because it's something that was not planned. So
Yeah, it's not in the
people are shy.
contract, so you're not forced to.
Yeah, you don't need to. But if you want. Okay, if there are some questions.
If you want, but I've seen also a good question from Antonio. We have seen that in the Google Analytics. In the meantime, they are synthesizing some words to say in this live. I would like just to say that the tool that we actually use for the analytics is a privacy first analytics tool, not something like Google Analytics or any similar tool to aggregate analytics in not following the privacy first philosophy. So we introduced this tool that also follows our open source mindset. So we actually loved it. There were obviously some initial problems, but I would like just to answer to Antonio's questions. Okay, so we actually are using a privacy first analytic tools.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Any questions? Any other questions? I think I'm pretty tired, guys, after 1 year, 1 hour and 45 minutes. I don't know how long you wanna go on, Franky. Because I think
absolutely. I think we went a lot, but we had a lot of things to share. And I'm just gonna share one last thing that probably in the next weeks, HUDI will also receive the exchange, how it's called, the exchange license, right? So because as we told you, our vision is build something like the protocol so everybody can be empowered from, everybody can build on top, but at the same time accelerate the adoption as fast as we can. So basically, in this year, we also applied and tried different countries to get the best crypto exchange license we could. And being in Europe is a big part of our plan because Europe is somehow the middle, the average of the world, but also one of the top, let's say, regulators, one of the tightest. So being regulated in Europe is like a check mark, a good check mark, right? So it's not done yet, but we are at the final stages. It's gonna happen in days or weeks from receiving a crypto exchange license. And this will mean that if a business will want to use HUDI products, HUDI applications that are all built on top of HUDI protocols, will be able to have zero friction, okay? We are not gonna be those projects that you need to jump 3 times and then make a swing and wave, and then you are able to access the product, right? So we worked a lot, we spent a lot of time and money also to be able to be fast as a business, as a pizzeria, as a cafe, okay? Because people and businesses will be able to access HUDI token, HUDI ecosystem with the perks and the frictionless feature of being licensed as an exchange.
Wow. Okay. I think we said a lot. I think it's time to thanks everybody here, everybody that is supporting HUDI in every way possible. We want, now is the time for us to push on community, on adoption, on use of the product, because we are out with actual products. And so we started marketing campaigns, really slow beginning to see some KPIs. Yeah, I would I would continue talking for hours actually, because we have a lot of things to say. But the point is, these meetings are gonna be are gonna happen often, so we can we can talk, we can share new things, new features, new ideas, talk with the community. The point is, the project has the value of the community. First of all, we can see from crypto project that has zero technological value, zero innovation value, zero project, are just people, and people are important. So we have technology, innovation, products. Now it's time to onboard people. So yeah, now we are just a few, and we will see how it's gonna be. I think we are gonna beat Brave in. I don't want to add anything else, but our first goal is to beat Brave. Fra, we can't hear you because you are muted, of course.
You're right. I just want to share my deity, our deity.
Data boy.
Nice, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to
see you next time.
All the HUDI community. Ciao.
Ciao, John. Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.